So we're back on the Stark, second time out, 50 horsepower, 40 regenerative, I can't say that word. Regenerative power. This will be the second time I rode it. I'm going to do a little warm up now. I've put my bars on it and taken the handbrake off and put it foot brake, because I was struggling to, my track's got a lot of landings like with short braking areas, so I was struggling with both hands doing the braking and my foot doing nothing. Obviously your legs are a bit stronger than your hands or legs and arms. So a couple of things to note is that this doesn't have a paddle tyre. So my motocross bike has a paddle tyre. This has got a Pirelli 32 rear, which comes standard. It's also got the standard gearing, and I was told by Stark to do a real like-for-like comparison against the 250 we should go to, I believe it was 1350 rather than, I think it's 1347 at the minute. But to make up for that, I'm going to 50 horsepower. The 250 Honda, I believe, standard at the minute is 40 horsepower, so obviously there's a big gap. 37. Now I think it's more like 40.
Looked it up the other day.
You reckon 37 out of the box?
But then you've got an acro on it.
Let's call it 40. Let's not pick it. Yeah, it's got an acro, exactly that, and nice foot pegs. So but the track's in good nick. I think it's going to be a good little test. So I'm going to do a lap time, and then I'm going to try and do 20 minutes. 20 minutes is going to be tough, I would say, for this bike round here, just because the track's heavy, it's fast, and all the rest of it. Same as last time, but we'll see. Hopefully I'm a bit more comfortable now. Do a warm up, do a lap time, and then do a session. Max battery.
What power settings you got?
Max battery, 50 horsepower, 60 engine brake. I'm going to call it that because I can't say that other word. It's regenerative braking. I can't fucking say it. It's a tongue twister.
So what are you doing then?
20 minutes, but can you let me know 20 minutes?
20 minutes, we'll let you know.
Can you let me know 16 if, and then plus 2?
All right. What are you saying, son?
I don't know how long that was.
We've done about 16.5 minutes.
16.5 minutes, and it's still got 20%, but it's dead. Like, it's gone to survival mode. Like, I don't know what's 30 or 40% power or something. So, but it did alright, and I felt quite quick. I actually felt alright.
We shan't say much yet.
Yeah, no, I felt alright though. So it's hard work though. So one thing I notice is I don't re-grip.
Yep.
So any good trainer will teach their riders in the air to re-grip. So you slide your hand forward on the grip to get a new grip. And because I haven't got a clutch, I'm not re-gripping, and my hands like almost like my gloves almost like crumbling up and got cramp in my hand. So, but I think that's just obviously probably getting used to it. And the suspension, I need to play with the suspension a bit really. It's kicking about a bit and whatever else, but yeah, prefer it with a foot brake.
Much better.
So we'll get on charge, we'll do some hot laps.
He is like the penguin.
He's 100, yeah. It does some shit so good. Like round those turns there.
Those tight turns.
But you know it runs out as well though.
Yeah, yeah.
For an electric bike, like, I don't know how that works, but like after these rollers, go around that sandy right-hander, in that straight, I'm full gas, and I'm like, go on, I want more like,
Yeah.
pop, I want it to go up quicker.
Yeah, like it don't rev out.
It's just like, it's too progressive.
Yeah, too
And
smooth.
then I go around that left before that big tail top, the same again, I'm flat out, and I want it to be like, yeah, and get there quicker.
Yeah.
And it's like,
it's too smooth.
too smooth, you know. I want it to get up there quicker and then taper.
Yeah.
Rather than I'm like getting to the end of the jump and I'm like, and it's like.
I bet you can change that though, can't you? On it?
Probably.
So it's more aggressive and then signs off.
Well, on here, all you can do, yeah, you must be able to.
Like your power curve almost, you know?
Surely like this
Like, yeah, it just sounds like to me. It's like you say, it's not going enough in the middle, and then it's revving on too much. So you're like,
yeah.
don't shut off, like sign off when you're going towards the jump.
So all you can do on here is power and engine brake basically. But like you say, you'd think like an ignition, you'd be able to fuck about with that, wouldn't you?
You should be able to change it so that you can put the power in wherever you want.
But Tortelli said for me to do 1350 or whatever the front sprocket is, go up 3 teeth on the rear.
Right.
To compare it a bit more to a 250.
Yeah.
But I've just gone up in power instead. But I think I wonder whether that would help that.
Well, it would. It would shorten it, wouldn't it?
Shorten it, wouldn't it?
It would make it more aggressive and shorten the power.
Which is probably
straight away.
Probably makes sense, doesn't it? So they're coming pretty chilled out, aren't they?
Yeah, it's almost like putting an extra tooth on the 450s, wasn't it? So, so they pull third gear back in the day.
Yeah.
Is that on?
Yeah.
we cut it down.
Got a little bit off it.
That was better then, so 52.
Yeah.
It's pretty good. You know, I genuinely think though, like up here, halfway through and then through the fast bits, I just lose that mid-range punch that perhaps a bit of gear in
Got everything wrong, isn't it?
might gain it back, but
You have to do another shootout.
it does feel wild through the fast bits though, because it goes so quick. It does feel like
It looks fucking quick.
yeah. I went a bit harder on the suspension, it actually helped a bit. 47 rear sprocket. I don't know about the front, but 47 already tells you enough, doesn't it? They're trying to chill it out, aren't they?
That does 100 mile an hour.
Yeah, exactly that. If you put a 47 on a 250F, it'd be flat out in a field, wouldn't it? I need to look at what they text me and said Tortelli suggested trying this gearing, so but I thought it's better to do it as it is standard to start with, isn't it? Right, so day's wrapped up on the Stark. Ended up doing a hot lap, and it was only a second off the 250F, so I'm pretty impressed with that. As I mentioned earlier, I've changed the bars to my normal bend. I put a foot brake on, which I found a lot easier. I did nearly loop it, which you'll probably see on the helmet cam once, and I feel like I could almost do with a handbrake and a foot brake. But the only problem is I do tend to then use the handbrake like a clutch, so a little bit annoying. But yeah, overall pretty good. I think the next step would be I think it's got 1447 gearing, and Stark suggested of going to 50 on the rear to help try and pick up and shorten the power a bit. I feel like the power's too long. It takes too long to get through the mid-range, but obviously that's nitpicking. But overall, pretty good. Obviously set the horsepower a bit higher than a 250F, so everyone can say what they want about that, whether they think it's right or not, but I think it was a reasonably fair test given the power I had over the jumps and out of the turns and whatever else. So yeah, pretty good fun. I think, like I said, next step would be gearing and then set up suspension. Suspension feels a bit lively. I'm 83 kilos, perhaps 84 after roast dinner at the minute, so you know, maybe on the heavy side for that.
Addressing the elephant in the room, battery life.
Battery life, yeah. So obviously this track's 2 minute or 1 minute 50 lap time. A lot of like up and down hills, big jumps. So the battery did only last a full like 16.5 minutes before it lost. It basically, it was doing like 8% a lap. I was watching it more or less, maybe a slight bit less to start with, but by the time it got to 20%, it goes into like reserve mode, so it doesn't let it obviously go all the way down. So yeah, 16.5 minutes on flat out power. Then it started to fade and then dropped off like within about a minute. So yeah, obviously that's the number one thing. It's not quite up to full length, full race standard yet, but this track's, you're not going to get any harder. It's sandy and it's hilly and there's big jumps, and so I guess probably maybe somewhere like Longmore would probably be the same. I don't really know, but yeah, I mean, they're obviously like anything, the battery's getting better and better each time, but at the minute obviously it wouldn't last a race, I would say, with a top level rider in it, other than like Arena Cross. Obviously they're really good at that. So but let's be honest, like how many people are riding it at that level and on this level of a track? Not many at all. So there's two ways of looking at that. It charged up reasonably quick as well in between sessions. So yeah, I mean, it's exciting. Like I say, it's Sunday and I'm riding around in my dad's garden and not upsetting everyone. So that's pretty cool.
I suppose the big question is how much is Stark pay you?
How much does Stark pay me?
Yeah.
Well, we're into the six figures now, so thankfully. We wanted to do another test because obviously we did the first test on this. A lot of people moaned at
We
it.
were absolutely slated. It was mega. It was funny.
It was good, but in hindsight, yeah, there was a few things like I set the horsepower to exactly the same as a 250F, which I thought was fair. Means that I don't have a clutch and gears, but actually it's probably the other way around. A clutch and gears helps the power, obviously, rather than hinders it. So yeah, whatever. We've done it again, and hopefully people like enjoyed it and think it's fair, and I'm sure they'll comment if they don't think so. And
It's still lost though.
it's still lost, yeah, but come on. I think it's not too bad.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Cheers.
Sweet.